Queer Eye on Netflix introduced us to the Fab Five: Jonathan, Karamo, Tan, Bobby, and Anthony. And with their tips, we get to see their makeovers and, of course, their distinct personalities. Now fans can catch Queer Eye, the musical parody, at Second City. So, Evan, first of all, I want to go ahead and ask you, was it the, avocados? Was it the French tuck? Was it Jonathan's one-liners? What made you say, like, I've got to turn this into a show?
Truly, all of the above. I remember watching the first season when it aired, and I just was like so captivated by all five of them, and I basically binged the entire first season, and then I was like, this is so fun, and it kind of inspired me to just like write music, and then I ended up writing a song for Bobby that I then sent over to Heidi, and I was like, what do you think about this? And she was like, oh, this is great. So I was like, okay, hypothetically, what if we made this into a musical? So yeah, it truly just, it stemmed from one song written based off of the characters.
And Heidi, let's talk a little bit about the music. There's distinct songs for each of the personalities, and what's kind of the feel that we're going to see in this musical?
Oh, absolutely. You're going to hear everything. In the same way that each of the characters has their own style of music, there is a style of music that works for everybody in this show, and also the audience. Everybody's going to find something that they can grasp onto, that they enjoy. It's not, we're not reinventing the wheel of musical theater of going back to the 50s. We are keeping it fresh in the same way that they keep it fresh, but they meet everybody where they are.
And Evan, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what we're going to see in the show.
It's a fully scripted, no improv, 2-act musical. So it takes the structure of an episode, but the kind of twist to ours is it's a producer trying to pitch to an executive producer to greenlight the show Queer Eye. And so it takes us on a journey of one episode. It's the first person they ever make over. And it's the Fab Five leading our main character, Sam, into his transformation of at the beginning of the week with like zero confidence all the way to a fully brand new confident guy. So it's a structured episode. So
gotcha. Yeah, I wanted to ask that too, because I made sure to dress up a little nicer for this one in case you pulled me through the Zoom and it gave me a makeover.
You're safe right now.
Yeah,
I'm safer now. Now is the key word, because obviously there's those funny moments that that we can capture, and obviously Anthony is always making something with avocados, and Tan is always giving the same kind of similar salad advice. But you do have a heart at the end of the show, because someone's either going through something emotionally or baggage they've had throughout their whole life. What's maybe something that you got as far as an insight? I'll ask both of you as far as the show. And parodying it, that like, oh my goodness, I'd never realized this about the show, or this, I have a whole new outlook on it after creating this.
From my perspective, one thing that I've loved in building this show is that there is no true villain. Like, we don't have a be prepared from the Lion King. There's no like Scar number. There's no one person that is like the antagonist of the show. The antagonist of the show is societal expectations and your own insecurities. And so being able to build a show that is just purely joy and queer joy, and just people that are finding the light within themselves and letting that shine, that to me was one of the most fun parts of building this particular show, is that conflict is inner. There is the conflict of like a producer trying to get this greenlit because she believes so hard in the message. But then at the heart of the makeover, it is all your own inner demons that you're facing more than an actual person.
Exactly. What about for you, Evan?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone through 2 iterations of the show. The first round we did in 2019, and it's grown so much since then. So much that we've added new characters, and we've written 6 new songs for this show. So like building this second version, speaking for myself, I was in a very different place in my life than when I was in 2019. So being able to create this new version of this show was so wonderful, because I had new insight, and there were new seasons to work off of, and there were like Heidi said, it's like there's no negativity in our show. It's all about positivity and spreading confidence and loving your inner self and all that stuff. I think I answered the question.
Well, because it's such a rare thing to find, such positivity, and you go, to watch these shows to see people, find their true potential. As far as now, do you see yourself as like, which of these characters do you identify with the most? Like for me, I'll go ahead and say like, I wish I had the wisdom of Karamo, that like, I could just give you, 2 sentences and it'll change your life. Or that like, I could be like Anthony and cook you this fabulous meal. But I do like to make over Rome. So I think I would be more like Bobby. I think I'm a Bobby. Who do each like identify with the most?
Oof. I mean, truthfully, I know this sounds like a lame excuse, but like I do feel like I gravitate towards literally all 5 of them in a certain sense of like when it comes to Anthony, right? I'm always so like, what's happening? What's going on? I love corgis, you know what I mean? And like with Tan, I feel like I try to like embrace like, I actually listen to Tan when Tan is giving advice. And like when I go shopping, I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to dress for my everyday life that's going to showcase who I want to be all the time? And with Bobby, I love interior design. And my home is like so meticulously decorated. And with Jonathan, it's like I got a new hairstyle this summer, and I've been like, okay, how do I manifest that into being the new person that I am? And with Karamo too, yeah, like you said, like the wisdom. I know that was all 5 of them, and I can't really Tan. I'll say Tan.
What about for you, Heidi?
Oh, there is one and one only. I am a very shy composer who likes to do a lot of things and never be in front of a camera to do them. And so I'm 100% Bobby, just like behind the scenes, getting things done, knowing like that, like deer in the headlights. Oh my God, there's so much work to do. And then it all comes together in the end. And it's like, yes, this took months. And so Bobby 100%.
Well, you and I have to have that in common. Yeah. As far as the comedic part of it, what's one thing, let me run down each of the characters as far as like, you mentioned Anthony, as far as the corgis, what's one thing that you were like, okay, we're going to have these characters, and this is obviously one thing that everybody is going to know from each one of them. Maybe, run them down and something specific.
Yeah, well, I mean, like what Heidi said, the running bit of Bobby is that he's home design, so he has truly the most amount of work to do, which is why he gets the smallest amount of screen time. And that's an ongoing bit throughout the show of Bobby just constantly being like, I do not have enough time. Karamo, with the title of culture expert, Karamo's always been like, I don't know if I like this title. So the whole joke of Karamo is like, what is my job? What is my literal job on each of these episodes, and how do I figure that out? Jonathan's whole thing is the catchphrase queen. Jonathan is you hear Jonathan and you hear, oh, and like, you hear all the things like Jonathan's that's his whole running bit. With Anthony, it's just like the joke with Anthony of like, he's so talented, but the show caters to a general audience. So Anthony has to cater to regular everyday people. So of course he's going to teach you how to make mac and cheese, and of course he's going to teach you how to like make a sandwich. So like his running bit is like, I'm really good at like boiling water, and like, and for Tan is like always, he's always put together. He's always holding himself together. He's a perfect specimen. So like when we can catch Tan in little moments of like breaking out of that, or using that sly, like he's really good at like zinging someone, and then they don't even realize it until minutes later. And so that's our whole Tan persona of like of that. Did I get that?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for your time today. Queer Eye, the musical parody, now at Second City, Thursdays through Sundays. It's running through Labor Day, so plenty of chances to go ahead and check it out. SecondCity.com is where you can go ahead and get all that ticket information.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.